I'm going real quick with this one because it wasn't planned. So I was just trying to figure out, like, God, how do I choose the different people, the 4 people, for the perfume to send out today? So you know what I decided to do? Just to go back to the first 4 that reached out to me first. So the first 4 that reached out to me, let me see. Okay. The first one was Yvonne Frazier. So Yvonne, you also ordered the Will and Wall prayer journal, so you will get that today. The second person that reached out to me was Faith Staten. So I'll send you a perfume today as well. The second person was Lanita Price. The third person was Jasmine Vasquez. She said she wanted to bless her daughter. Tamika Yamoli, Tamika Spencer, Yamoli Quashar, Siobhan Stevens, Stephanie C., Arlia Green, Carrie Bowens, Jasmine Whitfield, Wisdom Proverb, Nola, Courtney Lloyd, let me see, Anthony Ruth, but I believe it's from Sylvia, Adrian Palmore, Jesus Number One, God, Yamia Scott, Marvilia Coca, Tracy Wilson, Ashley Render, Wanaki Smith, M. Hayes, to Veronica Westbrook. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't want to. I have to be careful because the people that consider me their pastors, I store at them too, and I got to go back and deal with those people. Sandra Henson Kelly. Let me see. The reason why I'm naming everybody, because I just want to say, first of all, thank you. To take Keitra, well, that was something different. I had to go all the way down to the beginning. And here's the thing, I don't want to leave anybody out, so just give me a second. So I'm gonna stop right there, but I don't, because I had to go all the way to the bottom to get to this. But listen to me. I'm only gonna do the 4. Even with the 4, I still got some extra perfume, but I'm only gonna do the 4. I'm gonna stick to what I said. But everybody else, I was thinking about sending you a card or doing something, but this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to say thank you for reaching out, and for, for watching, and I pray that this blesses you. And I want to say this, God, you know what, I could remember, this is just coming to me, because I could remember at our church that we went to with my mom and my siblings, our family church. I could remember not even have gas money to get back home, literally. Man, it's been hard. It's been hard and tight, man, but God has been right there. And I remember just, at church, not even knowing how we gonna get back home, me and Greg and the kids, not looking pitiful or, like, ooh, we don't have anything, we broke, we struggling, none of that. We there to serve the Lord. And then it was this one preacher lady, she got up and started preaching. And she said, she just called me out of everybody. And she said, stand up. Stand up. And then I stood up. She said, everybody in this church, get out something and take it and put it in her hands. Instantly, everybody, and you know what? Our church was a small church, but this was, I guess, like a revival or something, and people loved this lady. I don't know how, I couldn't been, yeah, I had to be, I don't know if I was a new saint or not. I don't think I was, because we stayed there from 1998 until 2003, I believe. So I don't think I don't know how long I had been saved. So I didn't know her, but I knew everybody was excited when she was coming. I stood up. She said, hold your hands out. I held my hands out. She said, everybody at this church, come and put some form of money in this girl's hands. When I tell you everybody in that church came and gave me money, money was running out of my hands. Money was running out of my hands, and I just cried like a baby, because God was saying, Joy, I see you. See, a lot of times we feel like God don't see us because we go through so much. We be so discouraged sometimes and so, just ready to give up. But I came on here this morning to tell you, God sees you. So that's why I wanted to name the names. And even the ones I did name, because I didn't go all the way back up to the top. God see you. Even if I didn't choose you, the only reason why I didn't choose you, because even I was telling my daughter, I was like, well, we got their addresses. We can go to what is that place? Fragrance.net and just pick some, get some perfume for everybody and send it to them. Because I'm still trying to see how I can bless everybody that reached out to me. But I'm just going to leave it like this and choose the 4. And the reason why I chose those 4 is because they were the first 4 to reach out to me. The first 4. So that's why I chose them. And I'll include a little card in there. And I'm great. And I'm going to go to the mailbox today and mail it off. To me, this is not no giveaway. This is I want to bless somebody. Okay? So I don't want you to feel like I didn't get, she didn't choose me. Because that's not the case. You are chosen. And I want you to know I love you and I appreciate you. And most importantly, I want you to know that God sees you. And I'm declaring restoration and miracles today. I'm declaring restoration and miracles today over God's children, over the people that are connected to me on this YouTube, over the people that consider me their pastors, over the people that watch me that's literally seeking God for something, especially the people that have sown into my ministry. When I went to my church, now I worked for my pastors because God, I volunteered in the cleaning department, which every church that I've ever went to, God had me in the cleaning department. I volunteered. I wasn't trying to get paid. Well, they paid. I wound up getting a job there in the cleaning department and wound up getting paid. We have meetings with my pastors every Wednesday because they had a leadership. They considered us leaders. It wasn't like my last church. It was different. We were leaders. Like if you were called to lead, then you were in God. The Pastor Johnson, Alonzo Johnson. He catered to us and all of that. This church, if you worked for them in any capacity, then you were in those Wednesday meetings. Well, my pastors didn't know me like that. So when I sold that money like that, I saw how my pastor, as I was driving home, I thought about it and tears just started running down my eyes. This was Saturday. And I thought about, soon as she saw me, she just stood up. And the look on her face was priceless. she just hugged me. And then she just, she just started saying, you've got a seat. Start looking around for me a seat, just because she recognized. She even said, nobody never sold like this to us before. Now, you would think people have sold like millions of dollars to them, but she said it out of her mouth. The point I'm making is, when you bless God and bless God's people, you're not forgotten. I don't care if you feel like you're the least of them all. And by the way, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. So the least in God's kingdom is the greatest. You're the greatest if you're the least. I mean, God, he said, when your mother or your father forsake you, then the Lord will take care of you. You are never forgotten. You are never forgotten. You hear me? When you feel like you're at the end of your rope, I tell you, remember what I told you? God will come and step in. And that's actually what Eli Jones was saying. Dr. Eli Jones, he mentioned that. He was talking about when you've been at the end of your rope. When you have to come to the end of yourself, man, God will step in and show you another part of him. Another part of him. So with that being said, don't ever feel like, I felt like that so much because everybody else was being blessed and I wasn't. Everywhere I looked, people were being blessed. The Lord will use me to prophesy over people's lives for them to be blessed, but wasn't nothing happening for me. I'm talking about year after year after year after year after year after year after year. Like, I've been saved for 25 years tomorrow. And it's probably only been 4 of those years that things has turned around for me. Well, just say since 2015, even though financially I wasn't, but that's when the miracles really started happening. When I got that apartment, rent was paid up for a year. Still was making $600 twice a month before taxes and before tithes. But man, that's when things really started changing. There's nowhere in the world there's nowhere in the world you can fall in love with Jesus and not there's no way you can fall in love with him, love on him, and he not come back and fall in love with you and love on you. You see what Solomon did? The Bible said he gave God 1,000 sacrifices. And look what God did. Came and said, Solomon, what do you want? Now, I don't know if sowing that 30,000, because I sold 10,000 more to my pastors. I don't know if sowing that 2,000 to my, always to be one of my spiritual fathers. And plus, what it was more I sold, like I think I had sold like 2,000 or something before. I don't know if sowing $100 to this person or $100 to that person or $1,900 to this person, or I don't know which, I don't know what provokes God to want to bless you abundantly. I don't know. I can't tell you. I know. I'll sow if God tell me, and I'll sow out of the compassion of my heart too, because I know how it feels not to have. And I don't feel no different since God been blessing me financially, since God blessed me with the $1 million home and the cars. I don't feel no different. the only feeling I want is to be more obedient and more in love and more focused and more intentional with loving on him and putting him first. My drive is so that when I see him, I'll be complete as far as doing what he called me to do. That's my drive. And to leave an inheritance for my children's children. I was saying yesterday on here, if you 80 and God called you to rap and you ain't did nothing yet, you better start rapping. So you better do like Janet Jackson. Give me a beat, For real, that's how I feel. I don't care, Lord. I want to do everything you designed me to do. You understand? Shoot. If you don't got a beat, get a guitar. Just get you a guitar, just stand there and do something. I really want to give God my best. Like I told God, give me some songs. I don't want to just, you know what? Business as usual is over for me. Business as usual, I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with giving God just enough to get by. I'm finished with that. I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to live like that, just enough to get by. I want to be so sensitive and obedient to God, man, to where, look, man, I want to take walks in the park with him. It was a video that I just watched today. And somebody sent it to me. Actually, somebody, I don't even know. It must be somebody from YouTube. And it was this beautiful little old Caucasian lady. She was just so precious. And so while she was getting in her car, somebody jumped in the car with her to rob her. And so while he was sitting there, she told him, she said, listen, and I'm just paraphrasing. She said, when you kill me, immediately I go be with Jesus. And immediately you going to hell. So eventually this man wind up, he was like, well, he said, you know what, I think I'm finna go home and pray. I'm just saying how, man, that's what she said. She said, Jesus is in this car with me. I'm talking about walking with Jesus, riding with Jesus, talking to him. Sometimes I text myself because, I got the 3 phones. The other phone I really don't use. But sometimes I text myself and say, I love you, Jesus. I just a text and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I just wanted to tell you today, everybody, man, everything Jesus has done, everything is for you. All these ministers that he raised up on these YouTubes and all these churches that we have on these corners, it's for you. Now, the way the devil try to pervert things, that's his mess. But God loves you so much. Look at all these singers that he's raised up to worship and give you strength and courage to hold on some more. Flame. Man, when I got with Jesus, I gave up all that rap stuff. And here come Flame and Minister and the Truth. When I start saying these young men give God the glory, God told me, I gave you that gift. I gave you that gift. With that being said, look at God in every genre. He's bringing that music that he got it in every form that you like. He know how to reach you. That's why whatever gift he gave you, you better be found using it, because somebody needs you. Somebody need you. That's why I know God called me to do this because this music, because somebody needs me. Somebody needs me. Just like somebody need you. God love you so much, man. He got you. He got you. So I don't know. I don't know what I have to go through to get wherever I'm going. I might not like everything, but one thing I know is that God is with me. I know this. Sometimes you don't feel God, and it's biblical that sometimes God will pull away from you to test your heart, to see what's in your heart. Because if it wasn't for God keeping you, ain't no telling what you would do. Let's be honest. You say you love the Lord, but hey, you say I'll never cheat on you, but you understand? You don't know. But God will pull away to try you, test your heart, to see what's in there. And I had that experience after I closed on my house. He showed me in the Bible. And God withdrew himself from them to test them, to see what was in their heart. And I felt just lonely. I felt, and I don't like that feeling, even though I still know that my God got me. So it'll be times, man, where you don't know what God is. You don't know why he not showing up for you. You might get mad at him and all that stuff, but baby, God got you. Everything he do is for you. Everything. Everything. Like I said, I know how I feel to have a husband to take care of us. Everything Greg did was for me and his kids. Everything. So I know how I feel. I know how that feels to have somebody to sacrifice everything for you. So I understand. I understand it. I understand it. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me see. Let me do something. Wait a minute. I got to do something real quick. I don't know which kid this is for. I don't know. Give me a second. Because they'll be... Anyway, I'm going to get off of here because these kids trying to get into apparently they're trying to do their school homework from somebody got an online class or something. So I love you guys. I just wanted to tell you, you're not forgotten. Miracles and restoration is coming, okay? I'm on my regular phone, not my other phone. That's why. I'll talk to you later. I love you guys.